Unit 4, arithmetic functions. So definition: an arithmetic function is a function whose domain is a set of all positive integers. An arithmetic function f is said to be a multiplicative if f of mn, that is equal to f of m into f of n, for relatively prime positive integers mn, that is mn equal to 1, mn equal to 1. So if f of mn is equal to f of m into f of n for all m belongs to m and n belongs to n, then f is called completely multiplicative functions. This is the multiplicative functions. So we have to here again consider, suppose we have f of n m is equal to 1 and f of n is g of n is equal to n. For all n belongs to n, then f of mn is equal to 1 is equal to f of m into f of n. So and g of mn is equal to g of m into g of n. For all mn belongs to n, and then f and g completely multiplicative functions. So we have here given the arithmetic function, so that is defined already. So theorem number 1 here, if f is a multiplicative function and n is equal to p1 to the power a1 into p2 to the power a2 dash dash dash, that is up to pm to the power am. So is the prime power factorization of the positive integer n, then f of n is equal to f of p1 to the power a1 into f of p2 to the power a2, that is up to f of pn to the power an, pn to the power an. So we have to look into this. We have given the fragmentation of this f of mn is equal to f of m into f of n. So we will look into this proof for this. So let the f be the multiplicative functions, and let equation 3, equation 2, that is p1 n is equal to p1 to the power a1 into p2 to the power a2, that is up to pm to the power an, here to the power am. So we have to look this. So factorization of positive integer n, here p's are primes, then p of I and p of j, this is p of j, is equal to 1. Hence I must be different from 0, must be different from z. This is the fourth equation. So now f of n is equal to f of p of to the power a1 into p2 to the power a2, that is up to pm to the power am. So this is equal to f of p1 to the power a1 and f of p2 to the power a2, that is up to pm to the power am. And hence, and the definition of f, that is equal to f of p1 to the power a1, f of p2 to the power a2 into p3 to the power a3, that is up to dash 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 pm to the power am. So in this manner we have to look into this, that is equal to f of p1 to the power a1 into f of p2 to the power a2 into f of p3 to the power a3, that is up to pm to the power am. So continuing to this process, we get f of n is equal to f of p1 to the power a1, f of p2 to the power a2 that is up to dash 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 f of pm to the power am. So with this introductory discussion of the arithmetic function, so we study some of the specific arithmetic function which are useful in number theory, mainly considering the following functions now. Here we have, which are useful in number theory, the mainly consider the following functions. Consider the following functions. Number one, Euler's function. Number two, functions S2 and this one. Number three, Mobius mu functions. So all these three functions, these are the arithmetic functions. We study some of the specific arithmetic functions which are useful in number theory. Mainly we consider the functions, that is Euler function, functions 2 and this one, and here Mobius mu functions. So we will look here, this is Euler function. So definition, number one, this Euler function. So let n be a positive integer. The Euler function phi of n is the number of positive integer not exceeding n, which are relatively prime to m. The function phi is also called indicator or 2t end. So we have given here the example for this, for the illustration. So number one, suppose we have given n is equal to 4 and the positive integer not exceeding not exceeding 4 are the number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Out of this, 1 and 3 are relatively prime, and already these are the prime numbers 2, 4. Hence phi of 4 is equal to 2. Number 2, for n is equal to 9, the positive integer are not exceeding with 9 are the number 1, 2, 3, 4, this 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. The numbers relatively prime are 6 in number, that is 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 and 8. Then phi of 9 is 6. Phi of 9 is 6. So here then phi of 9 is equal to 6. Number 3, P is prime. P is prime, that is phi of P is equal to P minus 1. Phi of P is equal to P minus 1. The following tables gives the value phi n for 1 less than, it means n lies in between 1 to 15. So we have to make the chart for this. Eleven, 12, 13, 14 and this is 15 up to this. So here phi of 1 means we have to given here in definition, we have given illustration. Phi of 4 is 2. Phi of 4 is 2. Phi of then 6 is, phi of 9 is 6. Phi of 9 is 6. And phi of 9 is 6. Here we have to just to note. And we have to write here 1, this 2, here 4, 2, 6, 4, then 4, 10, 4, 12, 6, 8. So in this manner we have to make a chart. Then we have to look into the theorem. Theorem is, if P is a prime number, then phi of P is equal to P minus 1. So proof for this, we have to just note P is a prime, then every integer less than P is relatively prime to n. So thus P minus 1 integer, that is 1, 2, 3, that is up to P minus 1 are relatively prime to P. This is equal to phi of P is equal to P minus 1. So this is the theorem. P is prime, then phi of P is equal to P minus 1. So we have to look here. Let P be, we have to P be a positive integer with phi of P equal to minus 1. We use the contradiction method. Assume that P is not prime. P is composite. Then P has a divisor D, that is D by P, where D lies in between 1 to P. Also, D and P order pair is not equal to 1. Thus, there are at least two integers among the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to P which are not relatively prime to P. They are D and P, P itself and P. They are D and P itself. So phi of P is equal to phi of P less than or equal to P minus 2, that is phi of P not equal to P minus 1, because this is the contradiction of the hypothesis that the phi of P is equal to P minus 1. Hence the supposition P is not prime is wrong. Hence P is prime. Hence P is prime. P is prime. So likewise this we look into the theorem again. Let P be the prime and K is positive. By definition, phi of P over K is the number of integers less than P over K that are relatively prime to P over K. So this is equal to P over K minus number of integers that are not relatively prime to P over K. That means since P over K and P over K and N is equal to 1, so that is equal to P divides N. This is not followed from above. We write phi of P over K is equal to p suffix k minus number of integer between 1 and p over k. Number of integer between 1 and p over k that are divisible by p. So we have now the integers between 1 and p over k which are divisible by p or p, 2p, 3p, then that is up to p over k minus 1 into p. These are p over k minus 1 in numbers. Then 8 and 6, yes, then we have phi of p over k is equal to p over k minus p over k minus 1. Okay, so this is the thing. We explain the theorem. This is the theorem. So example for this, consider a prime p equal to 3 and k equal to 4. Then phi of 3 to the power 4 equal to, it can be noted 3 to the power 4 minus 3 to the power 3. This is equal to common again 3 to the power 3. 3 minus 1, this is equal to 3 to the power 3 to here 27 into 2, this is 54. So this is the thing. Number 2, phi of 2 to the power 10, it can be noted 2 to the power 10 minus 2 to the power 9. This is equal to 2 to the power 9, 2 minus 1, that is equal to 2 to the power 9. This is 5, 1, 2. So the next, this is the theorem. So again we have look into the theorem. The function phi is multiplicative. Function phi is multiplicative. That is phi of mn is equal to phi of m into phi of n. So where m and n are relatively prime. Prime integers. So we have here again the discussion, a long discussion is given. So we have to look into theorem. Theorem again. let n is equal to p1 to the power a1 into p2 to the power a2, that is up to sub p suffix m to the power a suffix m. So B, the prime factor, prime power factorization of the positive integers n, then phi of n equal to n into 1 minus 1 upon n, 1 minus 1 upon p1 into 1 minus 1 upon p2, that is equal to 1 minus 1 upon pn. So this is the theorem. Just to keep more concentration to the theorem statements. So this statement, we have the example for this. Find the value of phi of 300 by use of this theorem, this above theorem. So in solution we have to look into this. 300 is equal to 2 square into 3 into 5 square, and 2, 3, 5 are the primes. Prime number you know it very well. So that is equal to phi of 300, that is equal to phi 2 square into 3 to the power 1 into 5 square. This is equal to 300 into 1 minus 1 upon 2 into 1 minus 1 upon 3 into 1 minus 1 upon 5, that is 10 into 1 into 2 into 4, that is equal to again 80. So this is the theorem, structure of the theorem. So we have to look into this theorem. For n greater than 2, then phi of n is equal to, phi of n is an even integer. So phi of n is even integer. So solution for this, or the proof. Number 1. So if we take n is greater than 2, so either 1, n is powered up to, n is a power of 2, or number 2, n is not a power of 2. So in this manner, we have to, in this case we write n is equal to 2 to the power m, where m belongs to n, since n is greater than 2, we have m is greater than 1, and hence phi of n is equal to phi of 2 to the power n. This is equal to 2 to the power n. 1 minus 1 upon 2 by the theorem. This is equal to 2 here m minus 1, and this is the even integer, since m is greater than 1. And number 2, when n is not positive, म्हणजे when n is not power of 2, n is not a power of 2, it is divisible by an odd prime p. So that will be equal to n is equal to a into p to the power m. It means m belongs to n, and p to the power m and a equals 1. So then phi of n is equal to phi of a p to the power m. So that is equal to phi of a into phi of p to the power m. So multiplicative quantity, this phi is multiplicative. This is equal to phi of a into pm, 1 minus 1 upon p. So that is phi of a p minus 1 into p to the power m minus 1. So since p is odd prime, p minus 1 is even, means phi of n is even. This is the theorem. So we have to define all this together, and again we have the theorem. Let n be positive integer, then summation from d by n phi of d equal to n. So n is a positive integer, then summation phi of d is equal to n. So we have to see the proof. We have to look into this. N be positive integer, then summation of this is n. So we have to, in proof, we can write the collection of set CD equal to m. M is mn is equal to d. M lies in between 1 to n. Thus the set of integer from 1 to n can be separated into disjoint classes. Mn is equal to d. M by d is equal to m by d, comma n by d is equal to 1. Hence the number of integers in CD is the number of positive integers not exceeding n by d, which are relatively prime to n by d. That is equal to phi of n by d, but each integers in 1 to n lies exactly 1 CD. So n is equal to then this one. Now as d takes the value, d takes the value of all positive divisors of n. So it does n by d. It means summation of d by n, phi of n by d is equal to summation of phi by d. It means d by n. So that is equal to n is equal to then summation of d by n phi of d. So we have this the illustration. So we have again illustration. Suppose let n is equal to 12, then C1 is equal to m by 12 is equal to 2. 1 m lies between 1 to 12. So this is 1, 5, 7 and 11. What is this? M lies in between 1 to 12. It means, yes, the set m is a odd integer. Odd integer means, yes, between these numbers, which are odd numbers, 1, 5, 7, 11. Then C2. The m to 12 is 2. It means yes, we have to, m is a even number. So in between 1 to 12 only we have to choose 2 and 10, and first and last the even number. Then C3, m12 is 3 suppose. So we have here in between 1 to 12 only the number itself which is divisible by itself, that divisor. Yes, 3 and 9 is there. And C4, yes, C4 is such a number, it is even number. It means 1 to 12. So which are divisible by? Yes, that the 4 number, 4 and this is the 8. C6, this is the, we have to choose such a number 6. And then C12 is 12. C12 is only containing the same number 12. So they contain phi of 12 by 1 equal to phi of 12, that is 4. Here that is 4. Then phi of 12 is equal to phi of 6. is 2. Twelve by 3 is equal to 4. Phi of 4 is equal to 2. And here 12 and 4. This will be phi of 3, that is equal to 2. 12 by 6, this is equal to phi by phi of 2 is equal to 1. Then phi of 12 by 12, so this is phi of 1 is 1. So all these ranges, all these particulars have been, we have to select now. We have to just to make the additions. 4, 4, this 4, 2, 2, 2, 1 and 1. So in this manner, we have to make the addition. Then phi of d, that is d by n, d by 12, that is equal to phi of 12 plus phi of 6 plus phi of 4 plus phi of 3 plus phi of 2 plus phi of 1. Then this can be written as phi of 12 is 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. This is 12. So this is the answer. So in the next time we will look into the Euler's theorem. Euler's theorem. So in the definition, we reduce the residue system modulo n is the set of S of phi of n integers such that each element of the set relatively prime to n, and no two different elements of the set are congruent modulo n. S is reduced residue system modulo n. Suppose x belongs to S and xn is 1, then xy belongs to S, x naught equal to y, then this equal to, this does not follow, x does not congruent